All right, we're in Santa Monica, and apparently this unit has a stoppage. I don't know if it's the kitchen sink or the bathroom. I would imagine kitchen sink. I should have confirmed that yesterday, but of course I get here and they're not answering. But the good thing about having a kitchen clean out, the kitchen is right here, is since they're not answering and I don't want to waste time, I'm going to take that hose right there and I'm going to stick it in the clean out and see if it backs up. And if it does, then I know that's the clog. That's the clogged drain. Let's hope this reaches. Yep. All right. Yeah, it's been running a while. That sucks, dude. It must be the bathroom, because this is definitely not backing up. So this is what's clogged. Wonderful pedestal sink. To avoid having to install this, take this out. Took this out and screwed that back on. Yep. Got it. Is that it? Round two. There's a ring with some string. Nice. So that job right there, how I snaked it from the drain in the actual sink versus taking apart the trap and taking apart the pedestal sink. It reminds me of a video I did about 6 months ago where I did what I just did, but it was on a vanity sink where I could have taken apart the trap very easily and snaked it and done it that way, but I was able to successfully snake it through the actual drain in the sink basin. And the comments on that video, it's just, legitimately, I thought some of the comments were people just trying to be funny or trolling or whatever. But trolling in like a funny way, all right? But when I responded to some of them, I realized that, oh, these guys are these guys are actually serious, dude. One guy was like, oh, how come you didn't take apart the trap? Oh, you're just lazy, blah, blah, blah. And then he went on to say that what you're supposed to do, I swear I'm not making this up, what you're supposed to do is snake it from where the lift rod is. The little hole where the lift rod is that pops up the little drain thing that stops the water up or lets it drain. He's like, you're supposed to snake it through that. And I was like, dude, like I said, I thought it was a joke at first, but the guy was serious. And then another guy said something like, it's like, why didn't you just do it through the overflow hole? Not block the overflow hole and plunge it, but actually snake it through the overflow hole. And then there was one other comment that was just out of this world. I'm like, who are these people? Are they real or are they robots? But the reason I'm saying that is because, as you saw, I would have either had to have done it the way I did it, which saved a ton of time and hassle, or the only other option I had, because there was no clean out, the only other option would be to remove the pedestal sink base, pull it out so I could undo the trap and then snake it that way. And that would have taken a good hour, whereas what I did took less than 15 minutes. And on top of that, the owners don't want you doing all that. If you can do it through the top where the sink drain is in the sink basin and save having to do all that other stuff, they would much rather have you do it that way, because I would have charged a lot more than I did if I would have had to uninstall that entire pedestal. Because sometimes those pedestal sinks are really hard to uninstall. And a lot of guys will caulk the base of the pedestal sink to the bottom of the sink basin, and you're not supposed to do that. They're designed to be able to, you can gently lift up the sink basin and turn it so you can access the P-track. But I wouldn't have been able to just turn it. I would have had to completely remove the entire sink basin pedestal, the support for the sink basin. I would have had to completely remove that, take apart the trap,